right, hello guys. This is Ginyu 2007. I have my friend Jonathan with me, and we're just hanging out. How you doing, bro?
Chilling, chilling.
Cool,
Just
cool.
looking at this crazy world that Twitter has become.
Oh yeah, man. It's a very interesting place.
It's gotten interesting, that's for sure.
So I am currently at 13 hours and 35 minutes, and it's almost a full green bar to my rewards for the game that I'm currently playing. So I thought I would stream this to see if it's actually worth it being patient to get maximum rewards. Which I crack my knuckles because why not? I always seem to do that.
Well, it can't be worse than that other game you used to play where all I heard is tink,
Oh
tink,
yeah, RuneScape.
tink.
No, this one's pretty entertaining. I'm a fan of the use of different deities. That's pretty fun. Though I'm not sure if Buddha is in here. I don't think he would though. Wasn't Buddha not about fighting?
Correct. Peace, love, and harmony.
Yeah, so maybe they have him as like a support character, cleric, healer. I could see that. They got Zeus though. He basically one shots people. It's pretty crazy. But oddly enough, he is not an ultra rare, which seems to be their highest class of characters that you can, cards slash characters that you can unlock. The paywall, man, it's pretty crazy.
Always the paywall, man.
Yeah, man, it's how these games make money.
Action of the future.
Hell, if I knew how to program a game like this, I would make, my own version of it. Have like characters that I've drawn in the past and be like, oh yeah, this is this character from here based on yada yada, and have at it. Whoever the artist is for the different artwork in this game is really good. I'm
It's
digging
got
it.
a very Chinese feel to it from the pictures you showed me.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna take some more screenshots pretty soon and upload them. Since I've unlocked more characters, I got a lot more variety to go with. The game sprites are pretty cool too. They actually look like the characters, which is fun. I can see that, you know, as with other games of these natures, that a lot of time was taken with it to plan out, like, well, how are we gonna reward people for spending money on our ideas? Okay, there's like a thin little line. So I'm gonna wait until it says like 13, 13 hours and whatever the hell minute it takes to look more full before I click on the full reward to see if it's actually worth it or not. This should be a tank load of experience. But since I'm at a vice count, I don't know if it's gonna blow up my experience bar. Maybe give me 2 or 3 levels. I really don't know. So I know games like this aren't really your cup of tea, but you have done a variety of console gaming. And we often talk about top fives and top this and top that. If you were to play a game like this, where it was like build your own army and dungeon crawl, what kind of options would you look for that would motivate you to do some microtransactions?
That's an impossible one for me to answer because it's just really not my thing on, at least not on that one.
Mm-hmm.
You know, obviously you look for like little things that make you stronger and give you that little bit of an edge or something if
Yeah.
you're gonna do a microtransaction. But you know, beyond that, yeah, I definitely ain't going down that path.
Mm-hmm. But you have supported some games in the past though, that weren't necessarily this
Yeah,
one,
but
but
that's just to like make your ship stronger or something like that, or
mm-hmm.
so that you know you can save yourself like what would otherwise take you a while to do. You know, like if you can do a microtransaction and you know it ends up saving you like a month's time when you're getting started in a game.
Yeah,
I can see that because otherwise sometimes I'd probably lose my interest.
it makes sense. I mean, it's a similar concept with Naruto Online and RuneScape to a certain extent. Recently, as of a few hours ago, they unlocked a new key event where the prizes are different overlays. So it's more of
See, I'm in such an old school game. When you say the overlays, I'm thinking
yeah,
in television controllers,
correct.
or vector screens.
No, man, they're talking about showing off different character skins. That's how I should say. But they are overlays for all intents and purposes. You know what? I'll give it 3 more minutes because I want to make sure that the bar is 100% full. Wait a minute, hold on. Let me just take a print screen of this and I'll have that as a note because once I click on it, it's another almost 14 hours to get it to be that full again. So I don't want to mess this up. This is like a one-time thing. If it's worth it, then it'll be more than a one-time thing. So I know I told you this before the stream, but cool thing happened today. I was able to talk to one of the moderators on their Discord channel and get 3 reward codes plus 1 bonus code for showing a screenshot of me cashing in. So that was pretty cool.
That's pretty cool, yeah.
Yeah, I figure the Discord channel seemed to be pretty basic, but they're trying. It's hard because of the time zone, obviously. This game is not fully translated into English yet. Some options which I unlocked today are in Russian. Others are in what I assume is Chinese or Japanese. But I definitely recognize Russian. I would not be confused about that. I know their text very easily. I was like, oh yeah, there it is. All right, I believe that there is no change, so this bar is as full as it can get. I am going to wait until it's at 13 hours and 45 minutes to cash in, which is 1 minute away. Now, for those who follow my channel, Jason, Jonathan, and I had a pretty cool adventure at Fun Spot not too long ago.
Road trip.
I know. It was very fun.
I missed it already.
What was your was your top 5 from that trip? Because we didn't really have a chance to talk about that yet.
Yeah, every time I go to a place like this, I really reliving like my childhood. Like I've always said that.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people say they were born too early or they were born too late. So
Mm-hmm.
like for a lot of things, I feel in a way, I love technology. So being born at the beginning of it, I'm missing what's going to happen.
Yeah.
A lifetime from now, this, that, and the other. But on the flip side, of the outdoorsman in me just would love to see the outdoors so like unpolluted and everything
Mm-hmm.
else,
Mm-hmm.
as it really was. But when it comes to video games, being born in 1971, it's the perfect age for everything. I've seen everything up until now.
Yeah,
And
man.
when we go to a trip like that to an arcade, for me, it's more like certain games, even if they're not like a particular favorite of mine, I'm just reliving part of my past.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like when we were up there for the games that were working for me, and I'm also doing it at my local arcade in Southington. But Joust has always been one of those games that's sucked up enough quarters from me. I probably could have bought a BMW by now. So definitely Joust. Oddly enough, I spent a little bit of time on Qbert. I kind of forgot how slow that game was,
Yeah.
but yet it's still frustrating at times. There was that fire truck game that you and I were playing.
Oh man, that was just weird. You know what? Could you
But
even? You're tall. You're much taller than me. Could you even fit into pole position since this was a sit down one?
I sat in one of them and I was like, wow,
Yeah.
these were much easier when I was younger.
Mm-hmm.
The other ones, I was really digging playing. Of course, one of my top 5 arcade machines.
Was Spy Hunter there? Because it used to be there. I don't remember if it was there now.
For what?
Spy Hunter, the sit down one.
I don't think I saw that.
Yeah.
They had Tempest, which is one of my all-time favorites, and I go to it, and the demo screen was perfect.
Mm-hmm.
And the moment I put a token in, the screen shrunk like the 2 died.
That's
like,
weird.
no. It was a really weird glitch.
Uh-huh.
I don't know what the heck it was, but the demo was working flawless.
Wow.
But I mean, we were also there for the Pong anniversary, so it was neat seeing all the original classic Pong machines.
Mm-hmm.
From the 70s and stuff like that.
I think my number one. Because I talked about it, and played it multiple times. Without question, pole position.
Yeah, but you can fit in it because you're shorter than I am.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, playing Afterburner was pretty cool too. That brought up a lot of my past.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't. So I tried to play the Star Wars, the original Star Wars game.
Yeah.
And I never failed when I was a kid to escape the Death Star. You just know when to pull up on the yoke.
Mm-hmm.
That one must have been really weird. Like a lot of the controls on a lot of the games were heavily worn.
Yeah.
So you can tell post-COVID, they need to get some time in there to do some upgrade or replace some parts because on that game, I couldn't escape a single time.
Wow.
I did everything I had to do, and then when it came time to escape the Death Star, I crashed. So there was just something that it felt really, really loose, so that wasn't happening. But all in all, I mean, it was cool. We got to play a bunch. The only thing I really wish they had there is a little bit more 90s stuff.
Yeah.
They're very heavy on 80s stuff.
If we ever have a chance to go to that other, more modern-looking arcade in Chicago, I wonder. I saw that video, but it's a few years old, so who knows what they have now.
For me, I mean, the next road trip we do, I want to go to a place that's got like a lot of candy cabs.
Oh, okay.
Those are my favorite machines.
Oh, you know what? What was that one that the guys from Retroware were talking about? Remember that we saw some photos and you were like, "Yo, man, we gotta go there."
I don't remember. Maybe I didn't see them.
The Retro Game Plus people. They opened something up or something like that, or one of their friends. The arcade, remember?
No, I don't remember now.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I remember they went to one that had a whole bunch of. They went to one on a road trip.
Yeah.
And the arcade there was pretty interesting. So they actually had the games organized by type of game.
Really?
So yeah, so instead of it being by manufacturer, just lining them up. So if you wanted platformers, you went there. If you had driving games, you went there. If you wanted fighting games, you went here. That
Interesting.
was probably one of the coolest ways I've seen a place set up because if you have your genre,
Yeah.
you don't have to go wandering all over the place. Everything is right
Yeah.
there.
No, that's convenient. Well, there are no more gaps. So
That's
I say we keep yapping for another 10 more minutes, and I give it an even 14 hours to claim my reward.
okay.
So we got to get back to the main question. Top five from FunSpot. Top five machines that you like.
Joust, Tempest. Not only the top five, but I had such fun with it as a kid. I like playing Afterburner again.
Mm-hmm.
Um, there was something oddball that I played. I don't remember what it was that I haven't seen in a very, very long time. I don't remember. I think it might have been Elevator Action or something that was just meat,
Oh, okay.
from way back in the day. And then,
What was that what
of
was that
course,
game that you
you
were
know this is
playing?
one of my favorite.
Go ahead, go
You know,
ahead.
one of my favorite games has been Marble Madness.
Yes.
And when they had that there, I was like, damn, I was enjoying that just because that just had that like totally different soundtrack. It was like Vangelis at the time was big for the movie Chariots of Fire, and that's the kind of music that's in the Marble Madness game. It was just pretty cool to watch.
What was that game with the tennis balls or golf balls that you were shooting? Was that Ghostbusters that you were playing?
Yes,
Okay. How was
that was
that
Fruit
one?
Machine.
How was that
That
one?
one I actually, that one had my coins lasted me quite a while on that one.
Oh yeah?
I was like, damn, yeah, that one actually lasted quite a bit. I was like, oh, I just was doing something right there for a little bit.
Uh-huh.
But it was also one of those where it's definitely, and I think that was like what would be like if you were doing it in quarters, it's like $1 to
Mm-hmm.
play.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, you can tell that's like what a hugely expensive game
Oh yeah,
because it's got
definitely.
the video game itself. Then it's down to that ping pong ball like launcher in the bottom,
Yeah.
where you're actually shooting at actual targets. It's a really interestingly bizarre game.
It
Actually,
is.
on that same tip, Gamercraft Arcade in Southington has a brand new. I don't mean new as in it's a new old stock, but it's a brand new title. They got a new Ghostbusters pinball,
Nice.
and I thought it was interesting because you would dig it because you're such a huge fan of the game. I tried to look at it as if like I was your height
Okay.
because for some reason at my height it was so busy I lost the ball in a few areas that didn't sit right to me.
Oh, okay.
So I spread my legs out so I was like a little bit shorter looking at it. I'm like I think if I was a little bit shorter, and I'm not even that tall. I'm only like we talked earlier like 6'1".
Yeah.
But it's like for some reason it got lost in all of the like how like in a lot of the games when the ball's up at the top of the pinball, you move the flippers to get the different columns, so you get like all the columns or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't see the columns to do this on this one. It was just
Oh,
completely
okay.
it was all covered by the cages that transport the balls everywhere. But there was one game I wanted to try really hard. Pinball, I wanted to try really hard, but it ended up by the time it got where it was located during the day, it's too bright to play it. And then once the sun went down, I just couldn't get a spot. There was such a line of people to play it. But they did a brand new video game based on the classic James Bond film Doctor No,
Nice.
and that was definitely pretty cool. So I mean, I gotta go back and try that. I was tempted to go there tonight, but like I told you, I'm trying a new medication, so I didn't want to push it tonight. But
Yeah.
I think Saturday or something, I want to definitely hit a spot out there and do another run on them because, well, I always buy large amounts of tokens, so I've got some tokens.
Yeah. No, that's cool.
And like I said, they've got the Star Wars that Pod Racer arcade game now, so I'm dying to try that out. And then I haven't played in a while, even though it was there, but I like the game Crazy Taxi.
So, is it safe to say that while you were growing up, Joust was your favorite game?
Joust and Tempest were two of my actual all-time favorite. I really liked them both a lot.
You know, it's interesting with me because I was born in 75. So I saw a little bit of the early ages with like Atari and television and stuff like that, but not not too much of the stuff that was before my time. When I was growing up, the our machines that motivated me to become a gamer were the pinball machines. I was a pretty good pinball wizard in my youth.
And what's crazy about my age, which makes it kind of interesting. So I was at the point where there was a bowling alley in my neighborhood, and it had been there since like the 30s. So it's a weird setup. It was a bowling alley upstairs, but it was an AMP supermarket downstairs of all things.
Really?
So a straight up supermarket with a bowling alley
Uh
upstairs.
huh. That's strange.
It was a bizarre setup, but it was actually pretty freaking huge. Now that I think back on it, I'm like, and it's right down the street from our state capitol.
Oh, okay.
Right on it's where the McDonald's is on Washington Street, Harvard.
Oh, nice.
It's actually where that was there. They knocked it down to make that McDonald's. But back when the bowling alley was still there, they had some games, but they had some of the really vintage pinball machines like from the 40s.
Nice.
So I remember always playing this one that had like a pretty cool baseball theme, and they decked it out like a real field. And then to simulate like a pitcher doing a curveball, they had a spinner over where the ball would go down, and so the ball would hit that spinner. It was just a disc that was flush with the table, but the ball would go just anywhere. That was pretty cool. They had another one that was based on horse racing, but these were like themes that made more sense for way back then than me as a kid in the 70s and 80s. But man, it was just kind of cool to be able to play those really, really old machines because I got to play them, and now a lot of those old machines just don't work like they used to.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I mean, a lot of those machines you can't buy parts to fix. You're doing that from the get-go on your own. They're gonna have to remanufacture.
It's interesting because like some of the places where I was able to get access to different arcades, I'm not sure if you even see those anymore. Like at different laundromats, it would have 2 or 3. Obviously, at a.
It kind of reminds me of. I think you may have been there when you were a kid, Coney Island, and the way the games were set. So if you can think about the way the old machines were set up, that even weren't pinball, but they were just really weird machines. Like there was the horse racing theme where both players had to pound on these like pneumatic buttons.
Yeah.
And that's how you made the horse, finish the race and everything. And my understanding is that as weird as that game was, that people would actually gamble on the 2 people playing.
It makes sense.
It like supports your gambling in more ways than one. Can I beat the guy next to me? And meanwhile, the guy behind me is gambling on both of us.
Yeah.
But there's God, we can almost do a podcast just on
of course.
Some of those old games that are just so wild. But the thing that's kind of cool though is a lot of that is what got me into, that was my gateway into gaming. And
have you ever tried those machines that were used to, basically the ones that were more motivated towards, if you get this high score, you get to pay out? Like the gambling ones?
There was some stuff like that was designed to do it. I played some of those games, but because the laws had changed where that was gambling and you can't do it, then you just couldn't do it anymore.
Yeah.
I saw those, and those were pretty bizarre.
I played a few. They were interesting.
They were designed to spit out coins like in a slot machine. If you had one. It's almost like reminds me of the pachinko balls are.
Yeah.
When you play pachinko. But these are just these things that you just don't see anywhere. Apparently, I don't remember if it was in Chicago or Seattle. There is a place, I want to say it's more like a Seattle thing, or a San Francisco thing, where there's a place that actually has all those pre-like 1950 machines.
Oh.
And they're like still running and everything, and it is just bizarre. I mean, I would do just for just once in my life, because I mean, at my age now, where I'm in my early 50s now, it's just kind of like to get that one last shot to see some of these things that I haven't seen since the first half century of my life.
All right, I got roughly 20 seconds before I cash in from this reward.
So, when are you gonna get?
A whole boatload of in-game merchandise. I think, a tank load of experience probably. Right now, my rank for title is Viscount, so who knows how much experience my experience bar is going to jump up to by just letting it sit there for like almost 15 hours. All right, here we go. I'm going to click on it right now, but first, let me take a screenshot. And at roughly, yeah, it stops. It stopped at 14 hours. So that is the limit. I was correct. And I'm going to click on it. And that is the duration of this reward. It gave me many armor pieces, 2.5 million in gold, a lot of purple rare items, award points, and not as many diamonds as I thought it would give me, but that's okay. Yeah, this is pretty neat. I got enough resources to probably level up my character a few times and craft some powerful items. So yeah, at least for, I don't know if it's based on VIP ranking, but for VIP 1, 14 hours, that is the maximum that you can let it run. And for the ranking that I'm at, Viscount, my experience bar did move up quite a bit. It did not level up because it's ridiculous to level up, but yeah, this is good. Well, all right, Jonathan. Thank you for joining me on this little adventure. I know this is not your type of game, but we talked about video games, and that's always fun. You're always welcome to talk about whatever while I'm testing out different games.
I feel like this is peaking the brain. I can say, but that's what we do every day. We talk about video games.
I know. Yeah, what people don't see. All right, guys. So this is Ginyu 2007 and Old School Gamer from Plug Yourself, man. You got a Instagram there, where you post about all kinds of stuff. Let the people know.
Old Retro Gamer.
Old Retro Gamer in Instagram. Check them out.
Which is true. I'm old and I'm a retro gamer. So.
Yeah. Well, all right. Thanks for coming, and I'll see you later.